flame-breathing, fifth form tiger, flame tiger. Welcome to Anime Movie Reviews, and we've got Joe here, we've got Alex here joining me on Anime Reviews for this very special edition, the Demon Slayer movie Mugen Train. Oh my gosh. So me and Alex just returned from the film. As you can tell, I got my mask on. We did our socially distanced thing. We had our masks on. And so we risked it. We drove up to the theater. Absolutely no one there. It was a ghost town. Check it out.
I didn't even know this place was open.
Wow, it's deserted. All these cars, these are the employees that are working here. Okay. Well, we'll be the only ones in there. Hopefully they still make the food. They got the one cook. Wow. We got in the theater. I think there was about 8, but by the end there was actually about 15, 16 people. And this is a 2:30 p.m. showing. I was like, oh, that's kind of, that's really good. I feel really proud of the anime community. And we should, because this thing is killing it. First, let me say.
As it should.
Holy fucking shit. I mean, I was already happy with good anime or good animation like Invincible's series conclusion, but this makes that look like child's play. This movie was fucking amazing. You guys, basically it was worth it. It was worth going to the theaters. I should have gone sooner to see it because, wow, impressive action. Amazing set pieces. The battles are fucking out of control. There's emotional storytelling, moving, I saw a few people. I saw a few people on Twitter. Oh my God, the music. Oh, the music is so fucking good. And on Twitter, they were like, "Waterworks incoming." Yeah, there was some emotion there, and I mean, just fucking legendary. What more can you ask for? From a side mission, so to speak, in the Demon Slayer universe, where they get a mission, tasked to go take out a demon. Maybe there's a disappearance of a lot of people on this train, and so the Demon Slayers are obviously sort of kind of cops of the universe, trying to root out all the demons. They get sent over there by their master, and we get just a fantastic. Creative demon, gross demon, very, very good battles and great teamwork. So I fucking loved it. What'd you think, Joe? Joe was the one that told me, you need to go see this.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to season 2. Then I found out they were making a movie. I was pretty excited. I was like, all right, I'll go check it out. So I did with my buddy Jeff. And I fucking loved it. It picked up right where it left off. The fights are amazing. The humor in this is great as well.
I'm not crying, Joe. You're crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
It's a little over the top, but overall, great movie.
Yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer's always known for being a little overly emotional, over the top, but it works in this this story. Now, me and Joe have seen season 1 of Demon Slayer. It's on Crunchyroll. It's on Netflix. Alex is coming from a new fan perspective. You haven't seen the series yet, right? And so you've only seen the movie. So this is a great opportunity to get your perspective, because I think the one thing with the film, if I might have any criticism, it's like I kept looking over at Alex. I kept wanting to lean over and be like, okay, so but I was like, no, maybe the film will do it itself. I'm just gonna let him, try to figure it out on his own and talk to him later. So what did you think from a new person's perspective?
I mean, I really liked the movie. I think the movie did not do a wonderful job for new people. I'm glad that I actually looked up. I mean, we've talked about it before. I mean, especially working with Crunchyroll, it's like I've gone through and been like, oh, this looks kind of cool. What is the story? So I kind of knew what the base story was. and it does not do a wonderful job for like explaining who these characters
I don't
are.
think it does any job.
Well, it's like
it puts you into the fucking deep end.
Is that what's in the box?
Right.
Did a
It
human being
doesn't-
just come out of the box? What the hell is happening with that? Why
just
does that
came
guy
out
have
of
a
the
boar
box?
head? Who is that person?
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't do a very good job. So it kind of throws you in the deep end. Now that being said, I knew the list of characters.
Yeah.
I knew roughly what the story was.
Yeah.
And with that basic information, I really enjoyed the majority of this film.
Excellent.
There's one sequence of this movie where I think it goes off the deep end even for anime.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of sucked the air out of the room, and it
That
really
scene,
it
I'm with
halted
you.
momentum.
I'm with you on that.
And then then when that scene ends, and then it goes way beyond what everything was before, so it finishes incredibly strong.
Oh, you'll have to tell me
this
the scene.
goes.
We'll talk about that in
Spoilers.
spoilers.
But even for someone who's not familiar with the anime, I think that this is something that if you read just like the tiny paragraph at the top of Wikipedia or on Crunchyroll that tells you what the series is about, you're gonna have a wonderful time.
Yeah. I don't know where to put this in our anime reviews or our movie reviews, so I'll probably just put
Movie.
both intro. I'll do an intro for both. I'll play both intros because, guys, this thing has grossed over $500 million. I had to read that right. I was like, no, there's no fucking way. When I saw it on Wikipedia.
I thought they were like trolling on Wikipedia. It's
Yeah.
like, are they anime fans like changing this stuff?
No,
up?
no,
It's
no.
done real
400
well.
currently, and it's still making money because we just came from seeing it. $469 million
Nice.
worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing film of 2020, as well as making it the first Japanese and the first anime film to reach the milestone of 400 million worldwide in box office. So this is basically. It's smashing records, okay? And there's a good reason for it. You need to go see it. It's highest grossing film of all time in Japan. Highest grossing R-rated film, animated film of all time. Highest grossing animated film and Japanese film of all time. And the first non-American film to top the yearly box office. So, and due to its success, it was submitted in the Best Animated Feature Film category for 93rd Academy Awards. I don't think it won or got
Who
in
knows?
there,
No one
but
watched.
yeah, fuck that. Anyways,
Fuck the Oscars.
it was fuck the Oscars. It was fucking awesome, and basically the story boils down to the boys are sent on a mission. To figure out what's going on this train. There's disappearances, and a gentleman who had met before, Rengoku, the flame Hanshi, the badass fucking not Hanshi, Hashira, the flame Hashira is already on the train. And he's just eating up a storm, delicious. He's just being his boisterous self, and shit starts to go down. The demon that they have to contend with is fantastic for plot purposes. What a wonderfully picked demon, because it is dealing with dreams. And it's like, how do you fight a demon who basically pulled
Freddy Cougar.
Well, I've seen Nightmare on
Jigglypuff.
Elm Street, so it's like I know.
Jigglypuff and put you to sleep and sort of make you dream beautiful dreams that you don't want to wake up. And so what that does is it lets us explore elements of the series that we haven't seen as viewers of the series. You kind of just know that his parents were murdered, and you never really get to see it. The whole family was murdered, and here he gets time to interact with this family. So really heart-wrenching, really good. I can see how somebody who has lost literally everything would want to stay in this world. And the more you stay in the dream, the more you're going to end up dead or be unable to come back. So it goes in, and so everybody on this train falls asleep, including the fucking Haim Hashira. It's like, oh fuck, there goes your elite guy. And everybody has dreams of their own. And so just a great way to explore character backstories, what they care about, what's in their heads. And some characters kind of get done dirty and pushed to the side and focused. There's definitely some focused on characters here. We'll talk about that in spoilers about what is in our Zenitsu's head. Anyways, Zenitsu is the lightning guy for the new people.
This guy's kind of annoying.
And Osuki, yeah, he was actually, because he wasn't in it quite as much, he was toned down from the series. So if you found his screaming and yelling annoying, brace yourself for the series. It's like there's like 3 or 4 episodes of it nonstop. That's like the only criticism me and Joe had of that. But he's kind of toned down here because he's in the background. This film is more centered around, of course, our main character, Tanjiro Nezuko Inosuke. And Zenitsu is there with, of course, the sister character who is a demon herself. You've seen. And, so they basically just have to fight their way out of insurmountable odds. And I'm not going to go into spoilers, but just when I thought the film was over and I was like, wow, that was a great fucking battle. That was a great thing. Like, there's a moment of calm and then, it's like, oh, fuck. What? Do we? Okay, let's do it. And we get a whole nother fucking amazing, satisfying sequence with honestly a lore advancing moment, a moment that has a lot of gravity to it. And you're like, whoa, okay, I didn't expect that to take place. And what does that mean for the future of the series? And how is that going to affect the characters going forward? So what I'm trying to say is great stakes. Even though it is a side mission, even though it's a little, hey, go check out this train, it turns out to have huge implications. We get little pieces and bits from the main series on power levels of demons. Fantastic. So, yeah, like I said, if I had to have some criticisms, it's maybe give a little bit more to the side characters. His sister really didn't have, a whole much. She's really powerful, Alex, but, she only is able to, kind of do one really good scene that they play twice because they were thinking he was thinking about what she had done. But it's just for people who haven't seen the series, there's no recap. I thought you said they do a good job of recapping. I think that was you that said it. I went in there and I was like, no. I thought maybe there would be a sequence at the beginning that kind of brought people like Alex up to speed.
You have to read what the
you have to do your homework.
It's not a lot. Like I said, you have to read the couple sentences. But if you don't read the couple sentences, you're gonna be like, I have no idea what's going on.
Anyway, fuck it. Let's go to final verdict so we can jump into spoilers.
Yeah, because there's
so much you can talk about because the plot is here's the thing. Another criticism might be the plot is super fucking simple, but it's satisfying.
No,
that's what I like. It's they're on a train. There's a demon. Figure it out. Let's do it, and we'll go insane power levels. And the action, I never thought you can reach fucking Dragon Ball Z Broly levels and stuff because that's galactic spanning and that's planet destruction. But they do that. They reach those levels within the time period and the limitations, and it just appropriate for that level. I love it when they scream their individual fucking names. Water form, fifth form, sixth. They go first, second, third, fourth. They go up.
It's
all their
convenient.
forms.
It lets you know what to block. You're like, oh, you're coming at me with that? Okay.
I know. I just love it when they
too
announce.
fast for you, Alex.
I like it when they announce their attacks, but Alex is right. That is tactically very.
It's a silly thing. It didn't detract
but
from
I love
it's
it.
Like it's still silly.
Anyway, so I am so glad I saw this theaters, and I think you will be too. Let's go to final verdict.
Final verdict for me is a 9 out of 10. You must go see this film. My little gripe I had was
no spoilers.
I know it's anime, but at a certain time I was like, come on. It kind of took me out of the scene.
I have to know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna say.
Shark.
Yeah, I was like, all
Jumps the
right.
shark.
I was like, okay, that kind of took me out. I was like, But
Okay,
then
all right,
after that, like the ending scene and everything else really tugged at my heartstrings. I was like, man, I've been through a long journey with these guys because I saw season 1.
Right.
It was epic. Even Zenitsu, whatever, he's like, he's toned down for this. He's asleep, which makes him more powerful, which is sweet if you watch it.
Yeah.
But overall, I fucking love this film.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. It's close to 10.
Yeah, I really like this. I think that this is one, you should go support this if you just like anime and you like film. And 2, you should support this because this is the kind of thing that we want. We want people who are passionate about the stories and making them and sending them to movies, and it lets the movie industry know that this kind of stuff is something that would never have happened years ago, right? Because it's something making $500 million that's an anime movie
during a time where nobody wants to go to the fucking theater.
It's an important thing to support, as because if you want more of that, which we do, this is something that you should do. I like the simple plot. I think it worked really, really well. It definitely goes to crazy town to a point where it actually, I was I was happy with the movie, and I thought it was about to end. And I was like, "Oh, cool! This is awesome." And then it went to this place that I actively do not like, and I don't like it when any sort of when things go crazy town and the tension goes away because you don't know how anything is works in context.
The fuck are you guys talking about?
And then then that part ends.
I must have forgotten.
And then that part ends, and then it goes to a really amazing place that I didn't think it was going to, with satisfying fights. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. And that makes total sense from a brand new people. And I wish the film was a little more friendly to new people coming in, because I want the entry point to be as easy as possible. But if I were to recommend to you an entry point, I'd recommend going to the season and then watch the sequel. I wouldn't watch the sequel series and then go into the season, though I think it would have been great if it was just as easy both sides. But do watch it. No matter what, do watch it, because it's fucking amazing. I want to go 10 out of 10. I really do. That's what I think that it deserves. It's just, the only thing that bothers me is the, lack of a recap for new people. And, I wish we would have been able to spend a bit more time with Rengoku. I want to see more from the Hashira, right? Exactly, because this is where Tanjiro is eventually trying to get to, is to Hashira. And Tanjiro has, water, he has flames, and this guy is like the ultimate flame guy. So I just wanted to see more from him and get more from him and get, I think, a bigger emotional impact at the end of the film, even though it has a fantastic emotional impact. So I'm just basically reaching and crawling for criticisms. I think if this is any indication of what's to come, because here's the thing, it barely scratches the surface of the universe. And as a Demon Slayer fan, a new fan, I'm super excited about where it can go. But then I realized that, wait, it's already over. I looked it up, and it ended in 2020. But people are wondering, is it going to continue? Are they going to do a side story, do something else? And it has been announced that Rengoku might get a side series. It might continue, but some people are saying no, it shouldn't continue. It's don't overstay your welcome, right, kind of thing. And so we're in the heyday of Demon Slayer right now. But after watching this movie, it's like, this is only, the demon that they faced was so fucking powerful, and he's only, high 3 or something like that, where there's a bunch of other levels that you can get to. And then, of course, the motherfucking boss of the whole thing, that all of these motherfuckers are using his blood, you still have that. Well, that needs to be done in a movie with this type of animation.
You would need more time.
I really want to give it a 10.
It's your opinion.
I'm giving it.
That's fine.
I should give it a 9. I know. Here's
8,
what
9,
it is.
10.
The fan in me gives it a 10. The critic in me gives it a 9. Because as a fan, it's so satisfying. But you do have to do your homework. You have to already have seen it to get the additional context of everybody's little individual backstories, and people that didn't get much screen time, like Rengoku and his sister. These people get, they're fleshed out, and so you have all this extra context with them, so you don't mind so much when they don't have a lot of screen time. So yeah, just fantastic. I loved every minute, every frame. If anything, it's like, oh man, now season 2's animation is gonna seem like it's crap compared to this, right? Because this is like they have a budget and they can just go crazy in the movie. Are all the attacks gonna look this fucking amazing when we get to season 2 and I don't know, season 3 and all these other things? So wow, just fantastic. Thank you everybody for telling us to go watch this. And I would like to now tell y'all who have maybe not gone out to the theater yet or want to find a way to watch it, definitely go out and see it. And watching it on that big screen, Joe, I missed it.
The last movie I saw in a theater
fucking missed it.
Was
Bloodshot.
Oh,
that's the last one I went.
Yeah, that's the one we all saw.
It almost felt unreal, like I was in a dream on how big the screen was after being home so much. And then the fucking speaker system when
Someone
the
brought
music
me a beer.
And it was just fucking amazing. It makes me realize how much I actually do miss the theaters. So hopefully the stupid pandemic bullshit and gets calmed down and people get vaccinated and we can get back to the theaters because that experience was pretty sweet, and they were doing trailers for other movies. I was like, it seemed like everything got put on hold because all the trailers we saw right whenever shit was on hold, it was the same trailers. It was with like Free Guy and Marvel stuff. Anyway, great. Let's get to the spoilers discussion, and a lot to talk about there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, welcome to the spoiler section. I repeat, do not watch this if you haven't already seen it. I hope I didn't go too much and reveal too much in the review. A little bit. I was a little worried that I needed to see more from certain characters, but I think that's still vague enough that because we have a character death. We have a huge character death in here that I didn't expect them to do. And a little bit more revelation. So Rengoku is the flame. I said I wouldn't forget it.
Just remember She-Ra. And it's Hashira.
Hashira. The flame Hashira.
Said it like 7 times.
And he goes down, and he basically goes up against. Well, first off, the first one that they're fighting is a lower rank 1 of the 12. And then at the end, Upper Moon 3 appears after, they deal with the first one. And Kojiro fights him alone. Just an amazing, amazing battle. But unfortunately, even him at his full power is not able to take care of him. And he basically pushes him to the limit in order to get a little bit of his neck cut, about halfway. And he's fatally wounded. And it sucked. And he was forced to flee. Like, the demon starts fleeing, and you're like, no, dude.
Don't you fucking
run. Don't let him run. And I was like, go fucking, in a moment when you want to scream in the theaters, like, get his fucking ass. Don't let him get away. And I thought they weren't gonna let him get away because our hero Tojiro throws his fucking sword at him. Which, by the way, I guess he's lost his sword now. Yeah, his black colored sword is in that demon. I thought maybe it would jiggle. Like, no. Yeah, it would jiggle the thing, and his head would come off, or maybe him taunting the guy would turn back and start fighting, and the sun would burn him because. I don't know. From the series, they die in pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, they make that pretty clear.
Yeah. So, they're not. Well, they're demon vampires, I guess.
They use the blood.
True.
They hate the daylight.
True. But anyway, he escapes, and so it's like, But the movie makes it a point to say that Rengoku has won because not a single. Person on the train died, and there was over 200 passengers. And then, of course, he has this.
That was crazy, though. That was a big accident in the train.
Oh, and not a single one of them died?
If that's the thing you're having difficulty believing.
No, I don't. We'll talk about that.
I did just realize that. And saves everybody. He has a great line where he's like, I won't let. Fuck, I'm gonna forget it. The buds be nipped, too soon, and so it's like, yeah, because you're full grown, you're ready, you have to protect your own and your family, and he's like, I'm totally willing to lay down my life in order to even just buy you guys some time, and it's kind of what he does and goes all out, and just a beautiful moment. The waterworks start happening when he's looking at Tanjiro and. He blinks, and then when he opens his eyes again, his mom is there, and he had a previous scene with his mother where she's like, here's why you were born so strong. People with these types of gifts need to help others, and so his mom was basically instilling that in him from a young age. And then he sees his mom, and he's like, did I do good? Kind of thing. She says yes, and he smiles. Waterworks for me, just fucking great. And then he smiles, and you can tell that he kind of slumps down. Dude is gone, and you have one of those crows that have been annoying in the season, like, here's your message, and even the crow's crying too. Everybody crying. And
spread the word.
Right, exactly. Inosuke's crying too, even though he's like, no, I'm not crying. And his mask, he's crying the most because his mask got to fill up with them tears for it to even start to come out. He's like, I'm not crying, you're crying. And I just love the way he handles this shit because he's always like, he's like a little mini Vegeta to me, you know? He's
Oh,
like,
for sure. I like that too. He's like, you stop your crying. Like, we need to be stronger now. And
right.
Like,
And his way
rise
to
up.
cope with it is like, we're training right now, even though everybody's crying, everybody's trying to deal with it, like, we're going to go train.
It's like, stop your
You know?
crying.
So I thought that was fucking emotional, just great. So, and that wasn't a fucking extra battle I didn't even anticipate.
Me neither.
Just
That was
saying
like, it went back up for me.
that demon has a fucking martial arts style where he's constantly regenerating his limbs up against a swordsman style, of course, and the flames. But that's not even counting the training. We'll talk about that. But first, I'm dying to know, what the hell are you guys talking about? What did I miss?
The thing with me, I was like, I like the dream sequence and them fighting. But then he's like, I am the train. This is the Transformers now.
When the demon decides to turn into a train, it jumps off the rails.
What? No, it doesn't. I completely disagree. I mean, but Joe, the demons all have their own little fucking things,
Where
and
they-
that's the thing that you guys are
turn
gonna
into
have.
They
a
don't fuse
1,000-ton
with the
train.
train.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yes, that's his fucking demon art. We've seen crazy ass demon
His
art
demon
in his
art
series.
is you go to sleep and I have blood magic and I'm a train.
Yeah, that's what his shit is. That
Okay,
I
well-
can buy that. I don't know. I guess
So-
y'all can't
No,
buy
it
it.
just kind of took me out.
Yeah,
Right.
it-
That
That's the
his
thing.
whole that he's the train and they have to find a part of the train to sever.
Which,
Yes.
like, instantly, I was like, just go for the head. Or
Just go to the front.
The front.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
It's
like,
probably
oh,
in
we
the
found
engine
it.
room. I did see that. I was like, oh,
like-
it's in the front.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie, if the movie had ended
No, but I
during the initial, like at the end of that first fight, before he goes like, "I'm the train now," that would have been awesome. That would have been a really cool thing.
And the
because
cherry
it's-
on top with the last one. Wow.
Yeah, and like that is a decent ending point for the movie. You get to see this young character who's clearly not the master because the master's present, kind of rise up and do all these things. And then we get to the point where it's, I am 900,000 tons. I'm a train now, and apparently sunlight kills you, so that train can never move during the day ever again. And then it can
yeah, it was
fuse
going
back.
to. He's fused with the train at night. It's not like he's been the train the whole time.
Well, he's the train now,
yes, he fused with the train.
and he can.
But it's not been the train for thousands of years driving around.
I'm just saying that is that
passengering people.
That train
just so we know, right?
will only be a night train
Okay.
from now on.
Yes. Well, he's not going to be with that train forever.
I
This
don't
is
know
an
how
ability
train
here.
fusing works.
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't know how fucking flames from nowhere fucking work. Did I hit a goddamn... I don't know how flames and oceans from nowhere and dream sequences work. I just find it crazy that you think the tentacle train wasn't... It was a gross demon, and I like the grossness, and I like the creativeness of it, and you guys don't like the creativeness
It just went
of
from
it.
like power level 10 to like beyond believable, beyond ridiculous, where the demon could have just digested all 200 people simultaneously, and it just once you go to
Okay, all right.
once you
I see
go
what
to
you're saying.
Crazy Town, there's
Sure.
no tension because
Sure. You're like,
as-
why are the tentacles moving so slowly and slow,
It
and
just-
so that everybody has time to cut the
Yeah,
tentacles
it just didn't do
before
anything.
it grabs the
And
passengers.
even throughout the series, you get these amazing characters. The bosses look amazing.
And stuff
And I
makes
want-
sense within that.
Yeah, it
that
does.
Thing.
Like this, the cool ones, the spider one and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
But
what
then
I'm
this
saying.
one's
If
like,
I
all right,
can
that
buy a
was
spider
sweet.
one, I
I
can
like
buy
the dream stuff,
a
the
train.
whole thing. But then it's like,
turn into a whole
Yeah.
train.
Yes, I buy the train. What I will agree with you is he could have just fucking grabbed everybody. If he's the train, his innards could grab everybody, can tentacle everybody in the fucking train
I'm gonna flip
instantly.
this train upside down, kill
Right.
everyone. Done.
Sure, right. But here's the thing. It's the hubris of being pure fucking hubris of being the bad guy.
But this is like
and I'm going to devour them slowly, and I'm first going to taunt you guys, and I'm going to attack you guys. He was so confident in his abilities.
Well, he actually wasn't confident. It's the
no-
opposite because he specifically said, "I'm going to do this the most careful, slow. I'm going to put you to sleep. I'm going to kill your soul while you're sleeping because I don't want to fight any of you."
No, he savors that kind of stuff. It's not that he's scared of these people. I think that he was so confident that he was going to beat them that he's just going to savor it and all that stuff.
He was going to beat the
Hashira.
Hashira of fire. I don't know. Well, so the
Yeah.
initial fight was cool, and I really, really liked it. And then the whole train garbage thing happened, and during this entire part, I was like, man, I went from liking this movie to I don't like this movie. And then that thing kind of ended, and then we get to the real final battle, and it was really cool.
So the part where it's like Flame Hashira was like, I will handle 5 cars, you handle these cars. You were like, this is stupid. I hate
This is stupid. This is dumb, and I hate everything about this. And I had to ask him, as soon as I got here, it's like, do they turn into trains and hotels and shit and go like, I'm the road now, and I'm going to eat you through the asphalt?
Shut the fuck up. You're going way too far. He can just think of it as his body being gelatinous and gobbly goobly tentacle, and it went all throughout the train. Would that be better for you if you just said, my tentacles are going everywhere on this fucking train right now? Not, I am the train. Maybe there was a mess up in translation.
He literally turned into a train.
No,
he did.
They had to chop the train up to find a spine.
To chop y'all.
It was dumb.
Fine, that was your opinion.
Exactly.
It violates the law of conservation of mass, which I don't approve of. We obey the laws of physics in this house.
No!
He turned into a 10-car train.
Then none of the badass scenes that you said were badass could ever happen if you're talking about laws of physics. God damn it. Okay, I get it. That train was stupid.
The train was stupid.
Okay. That's
the movie's about a train.
I don't think the train.
That was my gripe.
Yeah.
Look, it's her
Even
opinion.
he's a fan. And he said the train was stupid.
Okay, but I still think the train was fine. I thought it was gross, creative, and different.
I really didn't like the animation style, what they did with the tentacles of the train, because they have all this amazing, there's a combination of like, I think it's real life shots with a filter over it, and then there's really well like hand drawn stuff. And then the tentacle animation was like, it was oddly shiny, like,
yeah,
like weird CG.
They did. I thought they did an excellent combination between the 3D and the perspectives and the camera motions, the sweeping. I was like, this is the movie. I mean, the series is really good animation, but this was really, really good animation, and I hope that future seasons can live up to this. I'd be totally happy with this. So,
but yeah, other than that, I fucking love the fight. He keeps putting him to sleep, and he keeps chopping off his own head to wake up.
Yeah, so I was wondering why this was rated R.
Yeah, he was like,
and I guess that's it, because it doesn't.
No,
a child killing himself over and over and over. Yeah.
When he's gonna chop off his own head, but is it real life? The guy stops
Oh shit,
him.
that's right.
It's real life. I was like, man, this is fucking awesome.
Inosuke saves his life essentially because the eyes that open up, he can't really see where the fucking eyes are because his eyes are up here and his real eyes are here, and he could be looking all over the place. So, which by the way, that's not his head. He can take that mask off, which I'm surprised he didn't take the mask off.
He's a pretty boy.
When, he hides the fact that he's good looking. But anyways, because he's supposed to be tortured on badass and gravelly. But I'm surprised he didn't take his head off when, his fucking somebody he respects is dying so much. But all right, well, whatever.
They probably didn't want to shock anyone who doesn't know the character. They're like, well, that's a human being?
What's going on? I don't understand.
I did like that part of the...
No, that's actually probably true because there's a whole episode that centers around him taking his forehead off. So that's probably why they
what part?
It on him.
The part where he saves him from killing himself in the real world, I really like that they played with, what is this the real world? Is this not the world? That's the only part of that weird, I'm the train now.
To me, it didn't earn the R rating, but I see why at least the American board was like, no, this is R because you're talking about suicide. And at one point, he was like, there was a line of dialogue that was super awkward that was like, you have to have the guts to commit suicide or something. I was like, don't fucking tell children that. Don't tell them that it's glorious.
Wake up from the dream,
no,
man.
don't you fucking say something like that. Right. Anyway, but no, he knew that he was in a dream world, and the only way to get out of the dream world to wake up essentially was to commit suicide. And
50, 60 times.
Which is Zenitsu. That's funny because Zenitsu never wakes up because he probably would never want to commit.
His dream was
He's
so
too
fucking
scared.
good.
Yeah. That he's just in love with Nezuko. I just call it Tanjiro's sister, Nezuko, and then so there is 2 levels of the dreams, which was fucking cool. Rengoku's second level, where you get outside of the little circle of the dream to his spiritual center, and there's a core in there. If you stab that, then you fucking obliterate the person and their spirit. So Rengoku's is like a plane of just flames and stone ground and look like kind of a temple thing. And you know, of course, Inosuke's is a fucking cave, and he's having this
That
dream
was the
sequence.
best one.
Yeah, where he's like everybody's his underling, and he's ordering everybody
I'm the
around.
leader.
He's the hero. He's the leader.
You're a raccoon and you're a rat.
And exactly, and the train is a demon, which he actually gets right because they didn't know that eventually the demon was going to turn into a motherfucking train.
The demon
which
was a
y'all
train the
hated.
whole time.
The demon was a train that was transferring into the train.
The demon was Joe size.
Oh, Jesus.
And then now it's 10 train cars long.
Okay.
Was the coal the demon too?
Yes, I don't-
When does
it-
the train separate?
And then,
what about
so
the
then
leather
you got
chairs?
that,
Are those demons
but
now?
his thing was, I don't even think she could have gotten to his. She didn't even get to his outer core.
She couldn't find it.
Because she couldn't find. She's like,
couldn't
what the
find
she's
it.
lost.
Yeah.
And then
And
he found her
He found her first. That was funny.
chasing him around.
And
What are you doing there?
And I love another great emotional moment where I was like, yes, this is true to the character, is motherfucking Tanjiro's. You get to his, and it is like a thin layer of water, like a
heavy.
never-ending ocean, clouds up here, which reflected clouds down here is just fucking amazing. And the guy who shows up with a little ice pick that's about to, kill it, he feels just such warmth and love and care and just a vast ocean of care. And it's a great metaphor because, Tanjiro has a big heart and a lot of, space for that. And he has little sprites that even like show up and guide the person, and you think he's like, "Where are you taking me?" And they lead him to the fucking place because
They're dicks.
he wants to know.
Like, we want to die.
Just because he no.
Kill me,
I
please.
know.
Alex
I
bastardized
know.
version of it.
I'm not being serious. We're joking.
Yeah, I know. It's hilarious.
That's great. No.
But it's because that's the funniest part when you make a joke at somebody's expense and vulnerability. Anyways, it was great, and even that guy, he couldn't bring himself to do it because he was like, he felt such love and warmth and just unlimited fucking feelings of friendship. It was Mortal Kombat friendship, and he just couldn't do it, so he never did. And then was that all? That was all of the that was all the worlds.
No, this is the world of pure.
Oh,
darkness
that's
with the
how would I
shears.
forget that? So that one is crazy. I'm wondering what that actually means. Maybe Zenitsu is so single-minded that his ultimate spirit core is fucking nothing. That I wonder if that they're gonna explore that in the future. It's literally just blackness.
Him with shears
And
gonna
then-
kill a child.
And then
another
because
child.
there's somebody there, and that somebody is not Nenzuku, you're not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out of here. This place is reserved only for Nezuko. So he tries to kill the person. Great, fantastic.
It was.
Anyways, just a great film overall. You need to see it as a fan. You'll fucking love it. How dare you if you haven't seen it. As a non-fan, I say watch Demon Slayer and then watch this film. You'll be totally satisfied, and you will be searching out more anime, and that's a good thing. You could do that on Crunchyroll, by the way. We were sponsored by Crunchyroll, are
Free
sponsored
trial.
by Crunchyroll.
You can watch it.
I'll put the link down below. You can watch that there. For free, you can watch it, so do it. And then upgrade to premium. So, yeah, the future of fucking Demon Slayer, to me, it's bright. I have no idea where it's going. I'm not going to get the manga because I don't want to know.
I want vengeance.
Yes. That was like,
Vengeance.
it's like, fuck,
Fuck
how
that
did he get
guy.
away? Fuck that guy. I hope they really explore
Yeah,
that in
because I
the
was
future.
like, hold, the sun's coming up. Just fucking
Just
hold
fucking
him.
hold him a little longer. It's
die,
like, that's not
motherfucker.
fair.
It's
That's
not.
not fair. And then I was thinking in my head, are they gonna do a movie for every single one of the
Oh,
fucking,
I don't
the
know. They make a lot of money.
Hashiras? Right, $500 million.
I'll watch.
If they don't do another, I'll watch too. And that's that artist integrity. It's like, well, how much integrity do you have, or do you just want to start making up shit? Because I think the manga is over, and I don't know if there's a bunch of but you could do side missions because, frankly, this is kind of a side mission because none of the higher upper demons get killed. They just made like a unique demon, the Dream Demon, and then they made this guy, and he got away. So in the future, he could just
Because they just thought they were gonna go to a mission. It's like they didn't know the demon was the train.
Yeah. So.
It's the train.
Whoo.
Train the whole time.
Oh my God, guys. The train. It just reminds me and my friend when we were working at GameStop. This guy comes up and he says, "I ain't no good in the train." And I'm like, "What?" We're like, "What?" That's the first thing he says to us. And he puts down a game box in front of us, and it was one of the Resident Evils, right? Because there was a sequence in the train. And he was
Goddamn
like,
train.
I ain't no good in the train. And ever since then, we just say that. We say that whenever we fail at something. It's like, hey, I ain't no good in the train. I ain't no good in the train. And honestly, Rengoku ain't no good in the train, right? But once he got out of the train, then he was a fucking badass. But then they explained that in the film by saying he had to like go light to make sure everybody around him was safe. But yeah, okay.
Precision
Anyways,
cuts.
guys, tell us what you thought of the train, the film in general, and you know the film and you know where it's gonna go next and how excited you are, and whether you've seen it already. All right,
go watch it.
No, don't give us the inside scoop. No spoilers. What are you talking about?
I don't know if there's more coming.
There is.
Well, yes, there's more.
We know
coming.
exactly
There's
how much
seasons.
of the original is made into the first season. I think
But
there's
we
like
don't know
a couple
how.
more seasons, right?
I don't know
Well,
how
this
much
is
of
like-
the original was made into the. So there, I would assume there's multiple seasons coming.
They need to let this die when it needs to
How
die.
many
Yeah,
seasons
I'm
do you
Because I
think
don't
it
want to
will
stretch
be?
this thing out.
Well, they recently announced, like I said, Rengoku will have like maybe his own series. So I'm not sure how that works. And since we're in spoilers, is that a series in the Land of the Dead, which was mentioned? He's now in the Land of the Dead, or are they just saying, well, no, he's dead?
Maybe it's his journey to become the Hashira of
It's
Flame.
probably his journey, because one thing I did notice in his dream, like everybody's happy, everybody has what they want, but in his dream, his father's still a fucking dick to him, you know, and so that was interesting. It's like, damn, father must be an ultra dick to still come through in a nice happy dream, and he's still a fucking dick.
Well, they do hint at like they want to know like what was the reason he went from like happy awesome dad to absolute shithead. So maybe they'll explain
some of that in the spin-off series. Yeah. Maybe this is helping to set that up. Cool. Well, I like that character, and that's why I was saying I was hoping for a little more of him in the end, so that when he does die, you can have even bigger of an emotional impact. But even with some of the, as a new,
they did a great job.
Even as a new person, I mean, did a great job, even with the short amount of time that you spend with him. Anyways, that's it, guys. Thank y'all so much, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.